Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the lovely World of Raccoons. Heyo! Now I know it's been about a month since I've recorded a Minecraft Let's Play for you to enjoy, drop a like on, and share with your peeps, and I'm genuinely sorry for that. Later on in this episode, I will be going into a little bit of detail explaining why I took a break from recording this particular type of content. But for now at least, I thought we would start things off by going over what I would like to accomplish at the start of this episode. So if we just run down the hillside right here, you'll see that we have a small area that we have a handful of horses chilling out in. Whereas right beside them, we have a nice 16 by 16 area for our cows to hang out in. And then right beside there, we have a 16 by 16 area for our sheep to hang out in. So what I want to do is right in this small crevice is create a medium to large in size pen that we can relocate our long-faced friends to. Afterwards then, I would like to create somewhat of a pathway that leads to the animal farm district from the initial spawn area, which is practically where we have our bed at. Now, I'm going to ask you to please pardon this mess that we have here, which is chests scattered all about. I know it looks all messy, and also the same can be said just beneath the oak tree beside our nether portal. So let's just not pay any attention to that, shall we? But I think at this point now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to gather up the materials that I need to get my build on. And then when I bring it back, I'll provide a small progress update. And then from there, we can see what is next on the agenda for this episode. Well, peeps, it would appear that I've made a new little friend. And I think I'm going to name her Tangerine. Mainly because in real life, I have a tabby cat and her name is Tangerine, and this at least makes me think of my cat in real life, Tangerine. But as you can tell now, we have a pathway that is composed of coarse dirt blocks along with brown concrete powder. Now if you look really close but not too close to the screen, we don't want to strain our eyes now, you'll be able to see that we have some green concrete powder sprinkled along the pathway, and that is just to act as an accent color. And then for decorational purposes, I went ahead and placed down some oak leaves. And if we at least look at the new horse area from this perspective, if I do say so myself, it's looking pretty damn cool. Now let's go ahead and descend down the little pathway. You'll see that it steers off alongside the river that we have just right here. And I think what I would like to do is possibly do some landscaping just so we can shape this out to look more like a proper hillside. And then after we do that, we can go ahead and begin to plant down various crops. That way then we don't have to worry about just seeing the reeds and the wheat growing right now. So if we make our way back to the main pathway, you'll see that this new horse area is going to be 16 by 16. And if we take a step inside, you'll see that we also have a few other little furry friends, or feathered friends, I should say, because parrots have feathers, not fur. I'm not entirely sure where the baby zombie is at. If you can hear it and if that's loud for you as it is for me, I apologize. I'm just going to briefly turn down the master volume so that way I don't have a baby zombie going off in my ears. But like what I did for the pathway, I just took some coarse dirt blocks along with some brown concrete powder and placed it within the ground, giving it a wear and tear feel. If we were to use something called our imagination, I suppose we could say that the horses like to trample where you see the coarse dirt along with the brown concrete powder, thus giving it that wear and tear feel. Now sometimes when I'm just hanging out in an area, I'll pull my iPhone 6 Plus out and begin to listen to some music, so I thought maybe we could go ahead and place down a jukebox right here. And then if we take a peek inside, you'll see that this is where we're going to have our saddles at, this is where we're going to have our various horse armors, and then we have a few records along with a stack of ender pearls, some leads, 2 buckets that are currently empty, and if I need to take off in flight for whatever reason, then I'll at least have firework rockets tier 2 right there at the ready to use. Now, since we have this part completed, well, not this part, since we have this project completed, I think what I want to do next is I want to begin to become a little more organized up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in my creative world, come up with a few ideas for some simple rustic storage units, and then I want to begin to get my build on and creating them here, so that way then we don't have to worry about looking at the mess that is scattered chests laying about. To those who may be new to the channel, along with those who have been around but may not have been tuning into the videos due to it being summer, which if that's the case then I hope you're having a splendid one, I recently put out a Minecraft Let's Build where I teach you how to build a rustic AFK nest. Now I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty details of this build, so through the power of YouTube cards, one will be appearing at the top right corner of your screen right now that will take you to this video. And as always, if you enjoyed it, then be sure to drop a like, and if you choose to recreate it within your own single player world or perhaps on a server that you may play on, then feel free to take a screenshot of it and send it to me in my Discord server. Right beneath the like and subscribe buttons is where you can find a link that will take you to it. But let's go ahead and begin to walk along the pathway that we have that brushes up in between the rustic AFK nest and our little bushes that we have right here. So this is where we have two double chests, and this is where I'm going to be storing my stone bricks, and my cobblestone. And then up here we're going to have our andesite, our diorite, and our granite, along with the polished andesite, the polished diorite, and the polished granite. Now when it came to figuring out what I wanted to place right beneath the bottom double chest that we have right here, I kind of wasn't sure what I wanted to use. So then I put my thinking cap on and I thought to myself, what is a non-building block that I don't really use that often for aesthetic detailing? And after much cycles, as in it becoming night and then day and then night and then day once more, I then came to the conclusion that I would probably want to use the piston. Mainly because, one, that is a block that I at least don't use that often for aesthetic detailing, but it's something that I would like to start to use more often. And two, if you'll take a look at the corner, along with the center of the line, you'll see that we have these white textures, and some people may think that that could be an eyesore, but when I look at it, I see it as something that will catch my attention, draw me over here, and then go, oh, this is where we have some double chests. What did I put in here? And then I'll go, oh, okay. This is where I placed my stone bricks, my cobblestone. What's in this double chest? Oh, this is where I placed my andesite, my polished andesite, my diorite, my polished diorite, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. But let's go ahead and begin to gradually make our way down this curved pathway. The reason why we're going to gradually go down it is because I thought to myself, if I were to place stairs, then that would create an abrupt slope, which is something that I don't want. Mainly what I wanted to do was just be able to walk down a pathway and just casually make my way without having to worry about going down whole block levels, dropping down as you see right here, or having to deal with the screen shaking when you run up and down stairs. It may just be me who has noticed that, where when you go up and down via slabs, it's a lot more smooth and easy on the eyes than it is when you're going up and down stairs. Now this pathway will take us to this structure, which will in turn take us to our spider and zombie grinders that we have established, along with the hallway that will take us to our infinite villager breeder that has been built precisely 100 blocks away from our simple infinite iron golem farm that we have standing right there. But it would appear to be that it's getting to be nighttime, so I think that's my cue to go ahead and finish doing some landscaping around the area. As you can tell, I've already begun to relocate the chests so they're not so messy beneath this oak tree that we have right here. And when I bring it back, hopefully I'll have all of this done, and then from there we can go ahead and just briefly discuss why I took roughly a month off from recording Minecraft Let's Plays. I just have to say that this rustic AFK nest really gets the job done when it comes to keeping at bay most of the hostile creatures that go bump in the night, and I highly encourage you to build this within your own single player world or even on a server that you may play on. And in the chance that you do, then don't forget to take a screenshot of it and send it to me over in my Discord server. Now let's take a look at our new multi-work area. Over here, this is going to be my carpenter space. This is where I'm going to craft up anything that I may need for a project that I'm working on, or even one that I am getting ready to begin working on. Then over here, this is going to be my floral area, so that way then I have a place to store anything that I may accumulate whilst doing some landscaping. And finally, over here, this is my potion brewing area. This is where I'm going to be storing all of my potions, so that way in the off chance that I decide to begin working within the nether, or even travel quite a ways via the nether, then at least I'll have my potions at the ready, so that way it can make my trek a little less hazardous to myself and any mobs that I may be transporting. Now, let's just briefly discuss why I decided to take a break from producing Minecraft Let's Plays. So towards the beginning of the summer, I had announced via Twitter that I was going to begin uploading videos around 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for a short while, I was able to maintain this schedule. However, my sleep schedule would not adhere to it, so I would wake up later in the morning, early afternoon, and already from the start not have as much time as I would like to sit down and work on a new video. So I decided to just take a moment to step back, recharge my batteries, and also begin to prioritize what projects I wanted to work on, so that way then I can plan accordingly, and then once I made my comeback, I would be able to produce nothing but great content and get done everything that I wanted to within a single video, and not have to worry about carrying out any projects any longer than they needed to be. So I think what I'm going to do at this point now is I'm just going to make a quick trip to the jungle, bring back some little feathered friends, and then we'll end this Let's Play off on a solid note. Well peeps, it's just about that time where we must begin to say farewell to one another, but before we go ahead and do so, let's go ahead and end this episode off on a solid note. 3, 2, 1. We've got an animal jam going on, peeps. In all my days of playing Minecraft and creating content, I don't think I would have ever foreseen a day come where I would work my way towards this very moment where we have an animal jam going on. And I just gotta say, this was worth all the work that I've done in this episode. They just look so cute and funny dancing like that to the music. This is truly the definition of an animal jam. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to drop a like. And if you're new to the channel, then I invite you to check out the rest of it. But do not forget to turn on notifications when subscribing, that way you will then be notified when future Minecraft and other gameplay content is uploaded by yours truly, Vanillaraccoon. But I would like to wish you a happy day, and peace out.